to the US trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Business Loop. You seen the tariffs?
Bro, it's messing up the market right now.
It's like every time I check the market and like I'm down some insane figures, I just feel like, bro, just Trump either doing something or somebody high up, Elon say something.
Yeah.
Why? So why nowadays it's just like these are what move markets. Like just
Not
the internet
sure.
so fast nowadays that as soon as new information come out, you can see the direct hit at the market. Like, why does that happen though? Why do you think that happens?
I guess the speed of information now, people can actually execute on what they think is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like that's the exact thing because now people can you read a news article, you see something that just come out, and then it just become like a instant, just like an instant action. It's like, I know because you can just do stuff with your portfolio so easy. You know, like one time when you have to call up your broker. I have a business.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just,
you just swipe up.
You press a button on your phone, you exit whatever market is just bullshitting. So that's actually crazy. But right now, I look at Bitcoin and it's at like 94K right now. Like, so 94K that's like a huge sell-off, bro. I don't know. Every time I look at my portfolio, I just know that Bitcoin doing some crazy things. I feel like I'm too much involved in Bitcoin.
It's interesting. Bitcoin actually started trading the moment the news came out, which was like on Friday. So as soon as Trump came out with that release, we started to see Bitcoin start to tank. This was Friday. This is Friday at 11, 12, at 1. Bitcoin started to tank. And I think Trump made the announcement sometime around then.
Yo.
And Bitcoin has just been steadily tanking off without even... It didn't hold back at all.
Yeah, because I can see it. Like, look at that exact time. At that exact time, it was 104. And now we're sitting at like 95K.
Yeah,
95K, bro. Like, I don't know. I just feel the direct damages from like so I don't know. That's why I feel like I'm too involved because because of how volatile it is, I just feel the direct hits. Like whenever something happened to Bitcoin, just directly down. So I don't know.
What would you do to mitigate your involvement?
I just need to do more diversification. But I can't even, the only way I did sell off a lot of my stocks, and now I did just have a bunch of Teslas. So now it's just like the Teslas, every time I say Bitcoin do some shit, Tesla do some exact shit. Like, and it's just crazy when you can say, oh, there's no correlation there. Like, that's just weird to me because every time I would see Bitcoin do something weird, Tesla actually follow that, and like MicroStrategy. But we all know why MicroStrategy stay how it stay, like because they're mostly Bitcoin, right?
Yeah. Do you think you're too emotional about the markets?
Probably. I think I am. And the fact that I can see my portfolios on my phone, that's the thing. That's the problem. The fact that I can see it, right? If I never look at it like this, I wouldn't say I'm emotional. But now I'm getting emotional because what happened is when you start dealing with more and more money and just more and more assets, when it start grow to a point where you're just like, oh shit, like this actually matters. You just get like you just get some sort of feeling towards just seeing certain things happen versus what you know that money could do. Like, so say for instance, you know that if you look at your portfolio and you see it down 10K today, like you could have buy a car. Like, that's the thing. It's like, so that's all I look at it because you're just like, yo, I'm down 10K today, I could have buy a car. Like, what the hell? And that's just crazy because you don't get the same feeling when it up. When it up, you're just like, oh, nice, I'm up this amount. So you just,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like just crazy to me, bro. But overall, when I see the things that's happening with the tariffs, bro, by itself and how it's gonna affect like the countries, did you see that Canada just retaliate immediately when like Trump did what he did?
How did they retaliate?
They retaliated by just saying that they're gonna just do the same thing to American goods, right? So they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
they're gonna try to do the same thing to American goods and like just seeing how that is. So let's look at it on X. Yeah, let's look at it on
So
X.
this is Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, now it's time to choose products made right here in Canada. Check the labels. Let's do our part whenever we can. Choose Canada.
So what did
The
he say?
United
Can we watch what he said? Let's watch what he said about the tariffs.
Let's see. A 1 minute
Canada
video.
will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Like the American tariffs, our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much, much more. And as part of our response, we are considering, with the provinces and territories, several non-tariff measures, including some relating to critical minerals, energy, procurement, and other partnerships. We will stand strong for Canada. We will stand strong to ensure our countries continue to be the best neighbors in the world.
Bro, this is so direct. Or like, do you understand? All right, that's just the craziest thing. This is what we're talking about right now. How fast things move, right? So, do you understand? These 1 minute videos that these people put out addressing their nation about, oh yeah, by the way, we're just doing tariffs. Like that happened in a one split second, and then this is a life altering decision. Like everyday items, everyday products just go increase just like that. And it's like to them, it's just I say the statement and that's what is going on. And I'm just like, bro, no, just look at what are the things we get from Canada? What are the things? What are the things? Let's look that up. Let's look up the things that America takes from Canada, imports from Canada. And we can look at what is going to be affected. Because some people don't even realize that some people going to be like, oh, no, this don't affect me. No. These news, like, they don't even understand. They don't even understand that it's an everyday thing just getting affected.
So this saying Canada is the largest supplier of oil to the US,
Exactly.
natural gas, electricity. But the US actually has oil. It's just that the previous administration stopped the US from drilling for oil. So the US has no reason to get oil from Canada either way, and natural gas. So, well, there is stuff for sure. Grains, beef, pork.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought any of these from Canada? I doubt it.
1 minute. So what is the most important thing? Oil?
That's what they're saying. Oil, natural gas. This is saying electricity, uranium, grains, beef, and pork, potatoes, mushroom, peppers. It's
Maple
funny.
syrup. Maple
Yeah,
syrup. World leaded, bro. We
vehicles
needed
and
we
parts.
needed that
So
maple syrup, bro.
I think
Like,
let's see
what vehicles are parts?
I think
You can
Ford
name
and GM. Okay, here we go. Chevy Silverado, Dodge Grand Caravan, Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, Honda Civic. A lot of these are assembled in Canada. These vehicles,
so
Toyota RAV4.
okay, so the vehicles itself, they're assembled in Canada and then exported to the US.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that
So
is actually
that's
astonishing.
and these are pretty
Di-
big
yeah,
models.
direct
Honda
brand.
CR-V, Honda Civic,
Those are direct
Toyota
brands affected.
Corolla. Yeah.
Shit. Wow.
You also
So,
have Canadian whiskey, pharmaceuticals, plastics, lumber, paper products. Very interesting.
dude, that is insane. Like when I see that, and these are just regular everyday items that is just gonna get affected. So let's look at some of the normal things. So let me read out some of the normal foods that people can just look for price increases on, that people actually say they're going to get it. So manufactured goods, agriculture products, grains, wheat, oats, barley, and other grains, beef, pork. Canada exports significant amount of meat to the US. Potatoes, mushrooms, peppers. Those are regular things. Where I wonder where we got avocados from. But and then
Not
some of the manufactured goods, vehicle parts, machineries, telecommunication equipments, and so let's look at what the tariffs affect. So let's look at the direct things Trump put the tariffs on to
the
see that.
direct things.
Yeah, so search what are the direct things Trump put the tariffs on? Or Donald. Okay, so recently Donald Trump has taken several actions concerning tariffs. So most people don't even realize these executive orders, right? So these executive orders, we're reading it right now, so you guys can actually see it. Tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Trump announced 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada, set to begin February 1st. This was part of his border trade policy strategy aimed at rebalancing trade relations with these countries. So I feel like we just been importing so many things and they haven't been paying any tariffs. Was tariffs 0% before this?
Not to a certain. I could ask.
Yeah, we could ask. And the tariffs on China, there's a 10% tariffs on China. So there's a 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, 10% tariffs on China, 25 to 50% on Colombia. Wow.
This one worked when they were like sending back immigrants, and then Colombia said they didn't want them, and then Trump said, "Okay, I'm gonna put tariffs on you," and then they were like, "Oh, it's fine, we'll take them."
What? Yo, yo, that is
Yeah.
insane. So okay, so let's look. So the tariffs. So let's look at what the tariffs were prior. Um,
Oh,
what is
and there
that?
were no widespread tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico.
None, none.
Yeah,
Wow. So that is
yeah,
insane, bro. So before this, there were no tariffs. So I think he's just looking at it from like a business perspective, right? Where we have to be cash flowing from something. So now
yeah.
seeing that, but one of the craziest things I've heard was the fact that he's gonna try to use these tariffs to to replace income tax, basically. In like that's the craziest thing, in favor of the income tax system. So I don't think he's a fan of the income tax system. So just seeing that, like, it's very possible that if the tariffs start working is my thing is just the retaliation from other countries, right? Because when you actually start seeing exactly like the response of Canada, like immediately, the response was just immediate, right? So now
Yeah.
seeing how these people respond and seeing what happened, maybe you feel like at any point this can just become normalized and like it won't cause any conflict and people just get to normal days.
I think something will give. Like if he tariffs them enough, they might
Yeah,
just say, all right, you know what? We'll just become part of America, or we'll just work with what you're doing. Because there's actually a clause that says if Canada retaliates, or if any country retaliates with more tariffs, Trump is going to raise tariffs higher on them. So it's like he's just trying to hit them harder.
I mean, that's one of the things we spoke about last week, where we were just like those tariffs itself can actually make just the future of doing business, or just make it be possible where when Canada actually look at their cash flowing out of the actual country, and when the merger consideration actually come up, where they can be like, oh, like let's just merge, let's make Canada a part of the US. I
Mhm.
feel like it just have to become a point where they're paying so much money that it just make more sense. They just become a
Yeah.
part. So, so
Mhm.
I feel like that's probably an end goal strategy that
Yeah.
he's thinking. But when I see these things happen, bro, it just kind of insane to me. Like very, very insane to me. But one thing,
Good.
oh, this is actually crazy though. Like you seen when it comes on to just like a brief off of that, just for a second. When it comes off to just in New York just now, there's a like a kingpin leader of the trendy Awagora like gang, right? That they took
Really?
over New York. Yeah, they took over New York, and this guy is 25, leader of the freaking him importing people directly in New York City, right?
That's
Um,
happening now.
right now. And today they caught him.
Oh,
They caught the
oh
leader
wow.
of the guy. Yeah, they caught the leader of the guy. I think it was today or yesterday. One of those days that they caught this guy's 25 years old, bro.
Mhm.
25 years old, like leader and just making those moves. But because New York is a sanctuary state, they couldn't enter the buildings. They couldn't go in the buildings for the gang members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these are people who are like directly printing like passports, they're printing like work permits for people for them
Mm.
to work and stuff. And them running this entire clique there. And just because of the entire just the thing that Trump is doing right now, like him cleaning up like the gang members and illegal immigrants,
Yeah.
seeing that they just caught this kid, and in just in the middle of like an insane thing. I'm just like, bro, it's just wild to know that people are like making those decisions at 25 to just become the leader of these kingpins. So that's just crazy though. But when they're back to the tariffs though, what I really want to see, dog, is how I just want to see the long term effect of this, because
Yeah.
the long term effects is just what really matters. And when I actually see these things, it can change a country for like the better or for the worse, and or cause conflicts, or just those things can just happen. Like we're just at the risk of those things where
Mhm.
these things just come up based on just somebody trying to make huge changes, and
Yeah.
you disrupt somebody cash flow, because I can bet that country like Canada was just that is just a new expense that just gonna go on the consumer,
Mhm. Mm.
because the consumer is who actually pays for that every single time. So just seeing that,
Mhm.
I don't know. I really just want to see exactly how it play out. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just preparing for this thing in the best way,
Yeah.
because
We'll
you
see.
you probably don't even need any. Just try to decrease. You have to try to decrease like your Canadian product intake. Like that's probably the only way you can actually do this. But let's move on.
That doesn't even sound like a big deal. Like, think about that. Like, decrease your Canadian product intake. Like, does that really affect the masses of people? I think barely.
Well, it doesn't affect the masses, but it's just, I feel like there's just an important thing there. Just, I feel like there's just one important import that Canada actually supplied the US with,
Mhm.
that I just feel like we won't see it now, but until it start really do damage, people gonna be like, oh shit, this actually happened.
Fair enough.
So those things are what I look at, where everything looks like, oh, of course you could have seen it in hindsight. Like everything just looks
Mhm.
so predictable in hindsight, but no, when you're actually in the scenario, you can't even say, oh, okay, like I saw this coming. It's
Yeah,
just
fair enough.
on what the countries do. Like so just seeing that, I just want to see how it plays out long term and how the everyday consumer gonna get affected by this thing. So that's how I see it.
Fair,
Yeah, but
fair
then
enough.
the next topic that we really want talk about is Elon in Treasury. So what's
Yeah,
Elon's involvement in Treasury right now?
so through the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, recent reports suggest that the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has granted Musk team access to the Treasury Department's payment system. And people are saying that Elon is basically going line by line and looking at everything that the government is spending money on and being like, okay, no, don't send money for this. This is a waste of money. Yes, like he's just line by line. Because people speculate that how the treasury works is that anytime somebody says send money there, the
Yeah.
treasury doesn't ask any questions. They just send money. So now Elon
Wow.
is like, all right, you're not sending money for this, you're not sending money for that, none of that, none of that. He locked out employees out of their systems last week. He was like, none of you have access to this anymore. I need to go line by line and see where the government is sending money. So Elon is going deep right now.
And that's
So
happening in Treasury. So that's the thing, boy. He's probably looking at it like an actual business, because when you're running a
yeah,
business, that's exactly what you're doing. Like the main thing
hmm
that you're doing is checking your entire expenses. You're checking what's happening right now, and you're checking
hmm
where the money is going. So
yeah,
a business is only measured from cash flow, right? Like if the number one problem a business can ever have is to run out of money. That's the number one problem. Like it's nothing else. People always think it's just all these other things, but the number one problem is running out of money. Like if that ever happens, the business is no more, regardless. So I see these things happen like that, where it run in this, he's trying to run the country in the exact same way. And if it actually does, then
it'll be good.
yeah, I feel like with a 4-year run of just insanely decreasing debt, the country's debt,
Yeah,
and insanely decreasing money that's just going out 24/7. I genuinely believe like that could be a force of change that would just be good. But the question is though, after all that money has been saved, where will it go?
that's my thing. I really wonder. But if you think about it, like we already have like 36 trillion in debt and they've saved 50 billion so far. So if he's able to save a lot more and the country is in less debt, I'm not sure how that benefits the regular person. It's something we could probably just ask AI still, but
Let's ask.
I don't
I
know.
would really want to
Yeah,
know that question, because that's such a crazy question. After all this money saved, like where would it go? What will they focus spending on?
from with deficits, surplus.
Hmm. So
It
okay,
borrows.
so all right, let's read it then. Let's read it. So so how would a country benefit from saving money and going from a deficit to a surplus? So going from having no money in debt to having money, positive. A country transitioning from a budget deficit to a surplus can experience several significant benefits. Reduce borrowing costs. When the government runs out of surplus, it borrows less from domestic and international markets. This can lead to lower interest rates since there's less demand for credit, reducing the cost of servicing existing debt. Lower national debt. That's the second thing that it can actually do, right? Second thing, so surpluses allow government to pay down their debt, reducing the overall debt burden. This not only decrease future interest payments, but also enhance the country's credit rating, making future borrowing cheaper if needed. The third one is increase economic stability. By not adding a national debt, a country can stabilize its economy against stocks. Having a surplus acts as a buffer during economic downturns, providing funds for stimulus without further borrowing. Wow. Wow. There's like so much different benefits you can actually get from this.
Yeah.
This is an insane thing. But what's the main? So social benefits. Funds from surpluses can be directed towards social programs that might have been underfunded during deficit years, improving living standards and reducing inequality. Yo, so let's look at how much deficit years America had. How long has the country been in deficit? Because that's just like a business not making money every single year. Every single year. That's basically what they're saying. So
This is basically forever.
what? What? So this could have been like a
Oh shit.
life-changing.
They only
So
did this one time. They had a
modern
surplus for one time.
era, government has run a deficit every year except for 4 years between 1998 and 2001 during the Clinton administration, which saw budget surpluses. Buddy, so that was a good president that year then.
Yeah, and
Bill
the funny
Clinton.
thing, they said Clinton actually did the same thing, as in take over the treasury as well. I mean,
Wow. Wow. So you're telling me, so now you can see the direct correlation of business owners running a country versus jobbies, like normal people who don't care about business, who don't care about, because majority of government workers aren't people who care about business. Like, you know that, right? They're just
yeah,
people who want to get like just a full-time income, a safe, secure job. And it's crazy because when you actually start running the government system like a business, now you actually can say, okay, let's look at our expenses. Let's look at what we've been spending money on. Financial modernization. Clinton signed into law the Financial Services Modernization Act in November 1999, which was seen as updating the banking system for a new millennium by allowing financial institutions to merge different types of financial services under one corporate umbrella. This has been both praised for fostering financial innovations and criticized for contributing to the financial crisis of 2007 to 2008 due to the relaxation of banking regulation. Bro, that is insane. So so he ran this play in his time, created a surplus, and you're telling me he got criticized because
people all
he
them get
came,
criticized. No
yeah, that's
matter what
true.
they do,
I can
people
I
got
can tell, but
criticized.
because seeing these surpluses, most people don't even know how like important it is until they realize that, oh shit, the government just sent us money for free. What are you saying?
It,
That those are
yeah,
the things that happen. Like what happened in COVID, like stimulus checks.
yeah,
Let's explain this right now, right? It's not possible for a government to do that because they never had the money. They were in deficit. So the way they could have the money is by printing it. And when you print more money, you drive inflation. So it's like when the country if the, say for instance, the country was in like a surplus, they wouldn't have to borrow that money. Like they would have it.
Yeah.
They would just have it. So they would just take from the reserves and they would just be like, okay, we have this money directly as cash flow that we're saving. And I feel like it's very possible because it can make from tariffs and it can also make from cutting expenses from bullshit researching and bullshit like experiments that they were doing, right?
Like
Because
embassies in Sudan,
embassies in Sudan, like for that costs all that
700
money.
million,
That cost us 700 billion, sir.
million.
It was million. It was million.
It was a million, right?
Oh wow,
700 billion is crazy, bro.
that's insane. So,
uh,
so just seeing that, just seeing those payments, like just those subscriptions that the government just signed us up for. Nobody wanted those Netflix subscriptions, but you get it anyways, right? You basically
yo,
get it.
there was something crazy about. There was something crazy. I need to find it.
like
About
one of the expenses. One of the expenses.
yeah, they were spending like 1,000 something for a cut or something like that.
Bro, that is insane.
Oh,
That is insane. Because I just realized that people probably for years they work at these treasuries, seeing these balance sheets and seeing the country's like deficit just going crazy. And they're like, oh yeah, let's spend some more to the government's money. Like nobody needs it. So just seeing that, I'm just like, bruh, how do they just do these things? Like how do they spend like this? Did you know
this
that
was what
Pentagon spends 600 million per year on sushi? What? Air Force spends
they need that. They need the sushi.
what?
600 billion.
Air Force
Look at
spends
this.
$1,200 per paper coffee cup. Wow. IRS spends 230K per month. Wait, per month. 2 million per year for Starbucks. What? Cinnamon
They work
roll
from home.
K-cups.
They work from
They,
home.
they work from home. Work from home. Work. Yo, thank you, Elon Musk and Doge team. Great job. Boy, yo, so some of those are the expenses. These are the expenses that you're telling me that people are just like saying, oh yeah, we needed this. We
Yeah.
needed it. Bro, that probably get disrupted insanely. You know? Like imagine some guy with a government card just go to Starbucks and just like, you know what? You guys want food? Everybody want food. Like
Yeah.
people want to do that for his card. You know?
No, but government money, he just spending it.
He would never do that shit on his card. So he just go there, Starbucks. Like he just, and it's so crazy because that actually explainable now because that explains so many things because this is why you would see so much government workers. They don't care. They just go to the pump and be like,
Yeah.
pull it up, like blah blah blah, whatever. They take
Buy
the
for him
most
too. Him.
expensive whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because now you realize these charge cards that them probably have wild, go crazy.
Yeah.
And now we see where these money have been going this entire time. So now what I really want them to do, I wonder if they could like look up the years. I would want to see the different years of like the spending. Because it's so crazy when you fine tune, like you narrow down the exact payments, the exact thing that that the money was going, like the exact place. So now it's just like it's not even a thing where people can be like, oh, this was a mistake. We never meant to do this. Right? It's not a mistake. Yeah, it's not a mistake, and it's not like bad. It's not even. It's just bad money management. Not even bad. It's not because it's deliberate. It's deliberate.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. So you can't even say it's bad money management because it's just because most of those same people that spend the government card like that, their shit is perfect. They have their books balanced.
Of
They're not
course.
exactly. So they're not even spending one dime. If they see their money goes up, where did that go? Hey, like budgeting perfectly. Perfect budgeting. But when it come on to the government charge card, oh no. I'll take that monkey, sir. I'll take that monkey. I'll take it. I don't care how much it costs. So there's another thing though. where I really want to shift the conversation to talk about the plane crashes. Have you seen those?
Yeah, they're pretty crazy, bro.
Like, I don't know. I think I've seen like dark things, but this just seemed insanely dark because like all the people died. Yo, is it
Yeah,
true? Is it true that the pilot was transgender?
I never heard that one.
That's what I saw that, bro. I saw that, bro. And somebody, yo, look that. Yo, look, let's find that, bro. Because I heard that they weren't caring about the safety of the people. They were just doing the non-discrimination things.
Oh, I heard that. Like there are DEI higher, but
Yeah, the
I didn't.
DEI hires. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like the non-discrimination thing. So they never really cared about the best person. So I really want to see if that's true. So is it true? So now we're looking at if the pilot for that plane crash, it's like an American Airlines, right?
Which I don't know which one was it.
Yeah.
Was it the one with the helicopter you're talking about?
Yeah, the one with the helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. And let me. Hold on, let's go in here. So, wait, on here? Education background? You can't even see it, right?
What do you mean?
You can't tell
You
if
see what?
if you can't tell
I'm
if
not seeing anything about trends or anything.
yeah, I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I heard it was one of those hires, and I just didn't know how true that was. But just seeing how that stay, you're just like, that's insane. That's just incredibly sane. How that
Yeah,
is.
I'm not. I didn't hear that one.
All right, hold on. So okay, maybe it's not even true, but I don't know. Like if that was true though, that would be very terrible.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking about that, like they had a Kanye coin, bro. I fucking missed it, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Missed the Kanye coin. That shit almost at $1 right now. You know?
Yeah, and these points like Friday.
I know. It's a problem. I was trying to find a simulation.
Simulation of what?
Yeah, a simulation for the plane crash.
A simulation or a video.
Well, I don't know if they have a video of it. I just wanted to see like the simulation, like just somebody show like a animated version of it happening.
To be honest, there's been like 3 or 4 plane crashes. So which one are you talking about? Is
This
the one with
exact
the
one.
helicopter?
Wait, you said 3 or 4 plane crashes?
Bro, there has been 3 or 4 plane crashes last week, like back to back to back.
Dude, yo, how I need to zoom in this screen. I just don't know how. But let's see one. So
The controller
Mm-hmm.
and how the rescue operation is being carried out. More details all in the video ahead.
Wait.
How did an American Airlines plane and a Blackhawk helicopter end up in a tragic crash while the plane was attempting to land on runway 33?
That's insane.
In the videos ahead, we'll take a cleaser look at the final hours leading up to the crash. The confusion between the PAP-25 VIP military helicopter and the air traffic controller. 2025. The tragic incident occurred as the plane was making its final approach toward Reagan Washington National Airport in Arlington, Virginia. American Airlines confirmed that 64 people were aboard the jet, 60 passengers and 4 crew members. while 3 soldiers were aboard the military
Look at how
helicopter.
insane.
This plane's radio transponder stopped transmitting about 2,400 feet, which is around 730 meters short of the runway, roughly over the middle of the river. This has marked the first major U.S. commercial crash in more than 15 years. From an aerial perspective, it is evident that Flight A5342 was approaching the airport from the south, descending over the scenic Potomac River. This area is known for its proximity to several iconic landmarks, such as the Pentagon, located nearby in Pentagon City. To the north, one can spot the striking dome of the United States Capitol building, a symbol of American democracy. The Potomac River, which encircles the airport and much of Arlington, serves as a natural boundary and offers breathtaking views for arriving flights that are living was their operating rules. The Blackhawk helicopter PAT-25 was flying under visual flight rules. This means it was required to rely on visual observation of its surroundings to avoid other aircraft. They had the other aircraft in sight. PAT-25 responded that they did. At first glance, this seems like an acknowledgement that they were aware of Flight 5342's presence and were taking steps to avoid it. However, it now seems likely that PAT-25 had mistakenly identified a different aircraft, possibly a departing flight from the same airport, and believed that was the other aircraft referred to by the tower. Tragically, PAT-25 may not have realized that Flight 5342 was descending directly into its path. This misidentification could have led to the Blackhawk failing to adjust its course in time to avoid a collision. Although I'm not a pilot, this is what appears to have happened based on the available information. It's a heartbreaking incident that raises questions about how such misunderstandings can occur and what safety measures can prevent them in the future. If you have more insight or expertise, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.
Wow. So just seeing that, you can actually just see how crazy that is. Like, you can
Please feel
literally
free
look
to
and
share
see
your
the
thoughts
direct
in the
path.
comments. The passenger plane broke into multiple pieces and sank several feet into the river. Meanwhile, the helicopter ended up landing upside down on the water. Regarding the rescue mission, the main challenge is access. The water they're working in is about 8 feet deep, which is roughly 2.5 meters. On top of that, the conditions are tough. There's strong wind, chunks of ice floating around, which obstructs rescue workers.
Bro, this is insane.
From
You just seen that actually happen? Yo, what other plane crash happened
There's something
today?
not today. That's pretty. Unless you pull it up. Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing one right here that's saying that's insane. Philly crash.
yeah, that's
7
one.
dead. Bro, that is scary. That is scary to like see this shit. To just see people just die. Like the reason why you see this to me, the reason why this actually very important to me is because it's just flight is just so normal. Like people fly every day.
Yeah,
And like just knowing that this can just happen directly overnight to anybody. It's just like, and it's not even like some weird flight or nothing. It's just anybody. So just seeing this shit, I'm just like, bro, you have to just like be very aware that anything can happen to anybody at any time. So I'm just looking at
Yeah,
stuff
bro.
like this, dog, just very scary, very, very scary to me. And I don't know. This is not something that I don't take it lightly, bro. It just feels very, very scary to me. But going forward though, I wonder, so things like this is when they usually have certain safety measures in place, new laws, new acts come in place. Whenever tragic incidents like this happen, whenever I see these people, like, how you hear nothing from these people's family? Like, where are those people? Where's the family? What's happening there?
what do you think? What would they say? I mean, accident happened.
No, but I'm wondering if they would basically like, what would happen to that family? Like, will the airline do anything for them? Like, how would that happen? How those things happen?
Well, it wouldn't be a fault of the airline. It's a fault of the person controlling the airline.
Very scary. Very
Yeah.
scary. But I can just see that, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
very scary to just know that these things can just happen on any flight and to anyone. But
Mhm.
but let's move on to this topic. So I really wanted to talk about like DeepSeek again and just the impact of it. So I've been seeing like a bunch of stuff, and I've actually been researching it. They're saying that there's no way, it's still not possible that Chinese company can just create the same language model in the same time frame, because
Mhm.
they had to have the chips. They had to have those chips that can actually help to with the computing power that it requires. How you feel about that, bro? You feel like that actually true, like they have to have it, or you feel like it's still possible on their end? Because
I
500
think
billion
they
is not,
I think
is
they
a,
did something else. They did
wow.
a different method and didn't have to train it from the ground up like open AI.
Or them just have, well, just seeing that, I don't know, it's scary to me, because
Yeah.
the SoftBank just 500 billion, bro, with a B. That's no
Yeah.
joking. That's
Yeah.
And just to know that those people invested that money like
Yeah.
I think it's the same day, like right before they release the DeepSeek. Scary. That's
Mhm.
scary. But I've been using DeepSeek myself, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just not direct. Like I tried to use it here, where the things I ask it is just so direct. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore.
You can zoom, control zoom,
Oh yeah, I can.
control scroll up. What's the Apple comparison?
can- Oh yeah, I see it. It actually happened. So this, yo, oh man, I can
Something
see.
happened. You
No,
have to
no,
scroll on the DeepSeek screen,
on the DeepSeek screen.
like zoom in there on the browser.
I would have to get this over first. Need to delete this, and yeah, just subtract it.
Never mind. This, yeah, never mind. I
Yeah,
don't
I think
understand the Apple computer stuff.
no, it's not that. It all right. Look, it's giving me this thing now. It's drawing now.
Yeah, but you have to be on the DeepSeek screen on the actual window on that tab.
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
don't think you understand.
No, I see what you're saying. I'm on the tab now. I'm on it now.
And zoom in.
Yeah, you can see it zooming in now.
Can you zoom in or zoom out? Nothing.
It's zooming on my
Nothing happened.
end. Yeah, it's just zooming on my
Uh,
end. But it's fine. We can just check it. So here I'm asking it direct questions, and I can realize that it's so different than ChatGPT. It's technically the same, like normal a normal individual won't even tell the difference. But to me, I use ChatGPT so much that I can just tell that it's just different. Because now I'm asking it, how can I demonstrate you on a shared screen? And if I never turned on the deep thinking mode, it has a mode called R1, Deep Think R1. If I never turned that on, it wouldn't answer the question correctly.
but I feel like that question is not a good question.
It's not, but it's very basic. That's the whole point. It's
But
very,
you're
very
asking it how to share the
how
screen.
to
So it just told
demonstrate
you,
how to
he
demonstrate
showed you
itself.
how to share the screen from Zoom or
No, no, no.
Google.
What I ask it is how to demonstrate itself.
Read the
Like,
answers. It's saying share your screen ask questions aloud, highlight key points. So it's basically telling you to do this because of the question you're asking.
Yeah, wow. So that's crazy. I'm wondering if how we could have used it on ChatGPT, and what are the different things that we could do versus this on ChatGPT.
Okay, so this is ChatGPT's newest model. It's the O3 Mini. I said, what can you do different than other AI models? Does this zoom in? Like, do you see this?
Let me check it. Yes.
So you can see when I go crazy, zoom in, zoom out.
Oh man.
Yeah, so what can you do different? And it goes into the thought process similar to that. We're saying deep contextual understanding, versatile skill set that can do drafting creative content, coding assistance, even getting organized on personal projects. I mean, all AIs can do this. It depends how deep you go with it, I guess. And I don't ever think we scratched the surface on how deep to really go with these AI models. You have
What,
to go harder on these.
like, yeah, asking it to think and just asking it to code though is, I just
Yeah,
feel like when it can actually do a task, that's the thing. Asking it to do a task and asking it how to automate certain tasks. I've seen the use of agents, the AI agents, but I just want to know how I can use it to automate tasks.
um,
Yeah, like it automating
don't-
tasks is what I would actually want it to do, bro. Because me now using just the DeepSeek overall, I see how it makes sense, but I don't know, like which one have you used it? How often you use it?
DeepSeek.
Yeah.
I don't use it since they're saying there might be a lot of privacy concerns. I kind of stepped away from it.
Mm. Because that's one of my concerns one of my concerns were if these people tripping over TikTok, imagine
Yeah,
this thing that you directly input your thoughts in. You're
yeah,
directly asking it the exact things that you wouldn't type some of the things in here that you would type into TikTok. Like, you understand?
yeah,
Like, now you're
yeah,
asking it direct personal advice.
yeah.
No,
It's
no,
dangerous, bro.
yeah, very dangerous. So I see this as like a thing where I don't know, bro. I don't know if I would mess with it. Probably, probably would. But to
Yeah,
ask it to do certain tasks, what I want to do is I would just ask it the same questions that I would ask ChatGPT.
yeah,
And that's probably how I'll go start using it.
yeah,
So if I start using it
fair
like
enough.
that and just with a comparison or a fact checking on like a fact checking basis, is just the extensions though. I'm gonna use the extensions. I actually was gonna get that extension, the ChatGPT one, and then I was gonna get the DeepSeek one. So just
See how it goes.
you said what?
I said, see how it goes.
Yeah, to see exactly how it goes. So
Yeah, bro.
that's how I want to do it, bro. So
Hmm.
messing with these, just messing with these like AI engines, it just actually really cool when I really see it because I don't know, I use ChatGPT so much that when they have like another option here where they would say, okay, now they have like another option. I feel like things like this drive innovation because if you don't have if ChatGPT is a company that don't have a competition or they don't have anybody who's challenging it, right? It just would make more sense and more innovation, more products, more. But it also so dangerous because now people gonna rush the process now, ignore all
Yeah,
safety measurements to try to outcompete China or what they have going on.
that's
So just seeing
right.
that is like a direct competition. Have you seen
I gotta
How
go,
many?
bro. I gotta
Huh?
go. I gotta go. Sorry, I have to catch you next week. We'll continue next week, bro.
Oh, you have to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You want me to cut out this part or just leave it?
No, we can just close it out. So we'll just continue the
Okay, so yeah.
other topics next week.
Oh, okay. So I don't think this was the last topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this was the last topic. So this is actually good. But anyways, I really hope you guys can actually check out this though, because if you guys can check out this and see if you can use DeepSeek overall or use ChatGPT. I personally like ChatGPT, but for safety
Yeah.
reasons, then you
Needs.
can use DeepSeek. You know,
Yeah.
but we know how it is.
All right.
I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
See you, bro.
All right, bro. Later.
All right.